Howdy, my beautiful Gemini. How are you doing? I'm here to give you your February tarot message and see what comes up here for you. All right. I hope you're having a lovely time when you're connecting to me, and I hope I can make it just a slightly more lovely by the time you finish this video. All right. Now, if you look down below, Gemini, if I have my life together, anyways, you should see a timestamp for the social aspect of this reading for you, Gemini, as well as the more personal / career / just more general energy there. Because if you're like me, Gemini, sometimes I don't feel like talking to nobody, and other times I'm a social butterfly. Other times I'm just more so focused on myself, right? So I like to make my readings more inclusive in that way, so you can skip ahead if you want to check out that part. But right now I'm going to just take a look at your general energy and see what's going on here for you, Gemini. And just also thank you for trusting me to read your cards here, friend. We have the Justice energy coming out here, that Libra energy, Gemini. The Sun card. All right, we're coming out swinging here, Gemini. We're coming out swinging here. A lot of positivity here. You might be hearing some positive news if you have been waiting to hear back about some type of either court case, perhaps, quite literally with that Justice energy. But I also am being shown just papers and envelopes as well. So it's maybe, and I'm seeing approval. So perhaps you're waiting for the approval of something or someone, approval of an apartment, perhaps there. But I feel like it is a little bit more official there. And then the Queen of Wands. I felt this a little bit intuitively and I wanted to say it, but so I'll say it now. But I almost feel as if for you, Gemini, there's something that you're stressed about, hearing the, I don't know if it's quite literally a test result from something medical or health related, Gemini, but I feel like you're anxious about the test results of something. And I felt as if it's going to be working out there, especially because of that Sun energy. And I wanted to say it, but I didn't say it before I pulled the Queen of Wands here. But that to me is a confirmation. I say all this to say Gemini, because to me that represents, the Queen of Wands. She doesn't like to be shackled down, right? She's able to feel free. She's able to just pursue her passion, take more risks. And so if you're going into that Queen of Wands energy with that Sun energy there, to me it's having some type of shackle being removed. I'm being shown the keys being turned for some handcuffs, honey, and not the ones with the the fuzzy kind. The Three of Wands coming in here, so it may not be something official this week, Gemini. It may more so just be you're starting to see the positive signs of things. As an example, it's you're starting to wake up and you're noticing certain things improving in your either your health perhaps, or just how you wake up in the morning. Temperance energy in the reverse showing up here for you in the back of the deck, what you need to be paying more attention to. To me, Gemini, I feel you're more so stressed about the time frame of things. Obviously we want things to happen instantaneously, darling, right? Especially in this day and age, honey, with the internet. And I guess you can't even, I was going to use Amazon Prime as the example, honey, but it's Prime hasn't been Prime in a very long time, darling. But I digress. To me, but to me with this Temperance in the reverse, it's things are coming sooner than what you would expect, but it's also not going to be happening instantly. Does that make sense, Gemini? So when it comes to people in your life, right, you may be anxious about how someone, hearing back from somebody, or the person, how they see you, whatever. You're gonna be, it's how you want that relationship, whether it's a work relationship, whatever, how that relationship's going to develop. It's going to be positive. Don't, overthink things. Just because things are slow right now or how they've been, that's not a sign that it's not going to work out. It's in the same token, just as well, Gemini, when it comes to, waiting to hear back the results, or starting to get the results of some of the things that you've been investing into, right? That investment, you don't invest into something and expect it to immediately have a go into the green after 2 hours. That would be ideal, but it doesn't work like that. Listen to me sound like I'm some type of financial expert. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work like that when it comes to investing, but maybe I'm wrong, honey. Maybe if you invest in the right places, I suppose that could happen. Anyways, yeah, it's just things are going to be happening in due time, friend. And so don't be too cynical. All right. And I say this with love, Gemini. With this Queen of Swords coming in here next to that Temperance energy, you might be feeling just cynical about life right now because, you know, and it may be for good reason. It may be because like you haven't really had like your moment where you've been able to receive your flowers, Gemini. You might have just become cynical because that you're just looking at the results of your life that up until this point, right? But I promise you things are going to, there's going to be a pleasant surprise here for you. All right. Nine of Wands coming in here. Yeah, that does confirm to me, you know, my suspicion there where it's been a while since something good, you know, it's like, to me, I feel like you probably have said recently, Gemini, where it's like, it'd be nice to have some good news, right? Empress energy, because you're at a point right now in your life where you're just building quite a lot of character, which is not a bad thing, right? Building character is always nice. That's always, you know, but you know, I feel like these last 2 chapters that you've been experiencing for your autobiography in the future have really been some interesting, you know, character defining chapters here for you. All right, but like, just like I want to point out though, with that Empress energy, like she's connected to the universe, honey. Well, I guess technically in this artwork she's pregnant with the world, but she's not forgotten. She's connected to the universe. And so again, you know, I don't know why, but I feel like there might be some level of cynicism that I'm connecting to this Gemini to, that connecting to you as Gemini, where, and you may not even want to believe it, your cynicism may even be taking in this reading and you're just like, yeah, okay, Velca, but you know, I promise you, you haven't been abandoned. 2 of Wands showing up here. All right. I'm not mad at it. Now let's clarify that 2 of Wands interaction with the Empress here. That's what I'm most curious about. 9 of Cups. Again, Gemini, like, I don't like the main thing that is showing up here, and I can't really go into too specific because obviously for one Gemini, like, you're trying to get approved to go to nursing school, right? And another Gemini, like, you're trying to get approved for an apartment, right? And another Gemini, like, you may have just recently taken, like, I don't know, like the essay, like, you know, it's gonna be different for everybody. So I can't unfortunately get more intel than what I've gotten here for you, unfortunately, Gemini, but obviously you'll know what this is applying to. But this is more so just saying, it's like you've been putting all this effort in on your side of the scale and you just haven't felt the energy be matched on the other side, from the universe's side there, right? And so to me, where you're going to finally start seeing that scale starting to match your energy is like, it starts out with receiving some really good news. It starts out with the approval of the apartment. It starts out with the approval of the nursing school. You know what I'm saying with this? Going with this here. And then from there, I feel like it's going to be a little bit of a domino effect for other things. Like, I feel as if things just start really to take form for your future. I feel like you kind of have been feeling as if you've been in limbo for a while, Gemini. And I don't know, I feel like you're going to have you're going to feel, what is the word I'm trying to say here, Gemini? You're going to have a lot more of a structured plan going into the springtime that I feel like you didn't have at all before this series of events is about to be happening here. All right. So overall, pretty positive here, Gemini. You can let me know what you have been waiting to hear the results on. That's really what I'm most interested in, Gemini, because I'm really kind of frustrated that I can't really like get into the detail about it. But again, it's just going to be so different for everybody, right? But anyways, Gemini, you can start thinking about that person and we'll see if I can connect to their energy. All right. So it doesn't matter if this is a person you talk to right now. This doesn't matter. You know, you could be a cross watcher as well, I suppose, thinking about a Gemini. Let's see. I'm going to try to bring up as many details as possible of what this person means to you before we get into the nitty gritty. So 3 of Cups coming in here. Okay. 9 of Wands. I feel like this is a relationship in your life that you like this person. So if you're thinking about someone that you don't like, honey, or you're thinking about that one toxic ex, honey, this isn't for you. I feel like I'm connecting you to somebody that you have been a little bit overtly patient when it comes to this relationship here. Now, the 3 of Cups, I know this is not going to apply to everybody, but the Three of Cups can imply when it's next to this Nine of Wands where there might be a frustration of feeling like you've been stuck in the friend zone, or stuck in this place of where the other person's not really applying like a label or like making some type of commitment towards the relationship there, right? But or it could just simply represent this is somebody that you care about, but you've had to be really patient towards. Knight of Wands coming in here, bless their heart. And then the Eight of Cups. All right. So I'm connecting to a Gemini's person where you care about them. And I think there's a level of you where you don't like how much you actually do care about that person there. Yeah, that strength energy in the back of the deck. You don't like how much you care about this person. You probably did enjoy it at one point in time, but because of this Nine of Wands, this is like, for some reason, whatever reason, this person's been putting you through the ringer, whether it's intentionally or unintentionally. I feel like it's a little bit unintentionally there, simply because that Knight of Wands, if you've gotten a reading with me, friend, like, I perceive that Knight of Wands pretty critically. Like, I enjoy Knight of Wands, don't get me wrong, like, they are very passionate people, and they're a joy to be around, but they are also the people where you'll feel as if you're being strung along the most with. They are the type of people that need a lot of maturing before they are somebody that you can consider reliable. They are the friend that cancels last minute all the time. They are the partner, they are the lover that you kind of have to wrangle in and like help them mature and break their sheltered view of the world sometimes, right? But they're still a joy to be around, right? So they're not bad, but something's happened where maybe it's because they haven't like officiated anything, or whatever. But you're at this point now, which is what I was saying. It's like, I don't think you are happy with how much you care, because you're at this point now where you're just like, all right, should I just move on from them? Should I just disconnect from this? Should I stop wasting my time with this here? Because you can see that's another thing. Like, the Knight of Wands, you will always be baited and trapped by the potential, because a Knight of Wands, the potential for a Knight of Wands is the ceiling, honey, and then some. Right? But the thing about it is they never live up to their maximum potential. No one does, really. Like, when you really think about it, like, we're not always tapping into 100% of our potential with everything and everyone that, like, with everything that we do, right? And that's just unrealistic. And so, but with the Knight of Wands, it's just so easy to get lost into that. Right? It's so alluring. So that's who I'm connecting to, friend, right? We'll take a look and see like how they feel about you, or how they perceive you, friend, and how things seems to be if things continue down the path that they have been. We'll see what the trajectory is looking like here. All right. Who is this person to you, by the way? Let me know in the comments. So the Empress, we pulled that Empress, right? We pulled that Empress for you. In the other deck, right? And they perceive you in that same way. They see you as the Empress. Doesn't matter your gender, darling. Like, obviously, take one look at me, honey. I open my mouth for 2 seconds. I don't care about no gender norms. Some of the Swords there. Two of Wands. Six of Swords. Oh. Okay. And what is the back of the deck here? Seven of Cups. All right, Gemini, I'm going to give you the real friend. I feel like they respect you a lot. I think they really do see you as like a person. A person that they would desire with that Empress there. I think there's something that they see in you that they want to be around. But Seven of Swords, Two of Wands, I don't like, that's the thing. Like, they're a Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands doesn't, like, on paper they will say they're ready for a relationship and they're ready for commitment, but when it's in action, in practice, it doesn't ever happen. And so when you have that Seven of Swords with this Two of Wands here, that to me is what's scaring them. Now, whether that's an intentional, like a conscious thing that they're doing, or this is more so subconscious for them, I can't really say. But how they're reacting to your energy as that Empress, it's spooking them out a little bit, in the sense of where because of that Two of Wands, it feels to me like even if you haven't been pressuring in that sense, like forcing that type of conversation, like the idea of having something more serious or something more long term with like a friendship or with a lover, with whatever, freaks him out. Seven of Swords leads me to believe there's probably something that's been going on with them. You know, maybe they dealt with a betrayal in the, whatever their reasoning is. Everyone always has their excuse, right? Including us when it comes to our own issues, right? And then that Six of Swords. So how things seem to be shaping up right now, if things were to be left to their own devices, Gemini, feels to me as if this person's going to self-sabotage this relationship to be where they end up detaching from the situation because on some level, whether they know it on a conscious level or not, they're afraid of that type of seriousness. They're afraid of that type of commitment. And especially because they perceive you as that Empress energy, they probably have some type of pressure of making sure that you perceive them in a certain type of light. So, yeah. To me, this is kind of like you have to make your choice if you're gonna like continue like delving into this. I feel like the only advice I could really give you for this, if you're wanting to change this trajectory, that Death energy, friend. If I was in your position right now, I mean, this person seems to be on some level pretty self-aware about their issues, but I don't feel like they're communicating it with you. And I don't think they're doing it in a place of like controlling or manipulating you, Gemini. I feel like it's just coming from a place of maybe, they enjoy the feeling and they don't want to let go of it. And maybe they're trying to find like a loophole, perhaps, right? But a Knight of Wands is a Knight of Wands, which is a Knight of Wands, honey. A leopard doesn't change its spots. Or is it leopards that have the stripes? Girl, I'm about to sound dumb. Too late. Anyways, you see where I'm going with this here, Gemini. Obviously, I can't tell you what you need to be doing with this situation in specific because I don't know your life like that. But I can be telling you, if you're wanting to change the trajectory of this situation here, you're going to, I'm not even going to do that. I don't want to give advice on that in that regard there, Gemini. If you're wanting to like try to fix this and try to change the trajectory of this there, I think it just more so makes me sad for you because it's like, I don't want you to have to like fight for someone to like accept you. Like, this is somebody that needs therapy, right? And you taking on that battle is just I can't go into it with good conscience, friends, so I can't put my bias to the side to be able to give you advice on it. I guess the only thing I could really suggest to you, friend, is more so helping them feel validated, I guess, especially because they see you as that Empress energy. They perceive you as being out of their league in some way there. So maybe if you even the playing field in some way, whatever that looks like, maybe that would help. Or maybe you can just vocalize what your expectation, whatever it is. But I just feel like you deserve better, Gemini. So I don't feel comfortable even trying to delve into that more. Because I don't think I can put my bias to the side, obviously. So that's what I have for you, my darling Gemini. If you did enjoy this tarot reading outside of that last bit, and you want to book a private tarot reading with me, you can just look down below on my website, SimplyVelca.com. And you can book either a live Zoom call with me, or if I just record something for you and I send it to you. Either way, I will connect to you sometime in the near future. Take care, Gemini.